Shall we jump into goals in time, mate?
Yes, let's do it.
Do you want me to explain to you how it works, or do you think you kind of got the grasp of it?
I have listened, so I kind of get it, but I think it would be a good idea for the people that have not listened for a long time for you to describe to them what the premise is.
So for Richard and any new listeners, or I know it's been a few weeks since I've done the podcast, I know, don't feel sorry for me, first world problems and all that. I will explain to you how goals in time works. I give the guest a choice of team, tournament, era. Richard's got very rogue here and gone player, which I'm not hating at all. Very good choice. And I will give them 5 famous / iconic, well-known goals. I won't just pick any random goal against. I always use them against Charlton. Sorry, Menzies, I know you're listening, but Charlton is the example I use. Just so they have some sort of idea what the goal is. And I will give them the date, the teams involved, the scoreline, the goal scorer, and what goal the goal I'm showing made. So say, for Richard's example, he's picked David Beckham. David Beckham scored in the game that finished 5-0, but David Beckham's goal made it 2-0. I'll say David Beckham's goal that made it 2-0 in a game that finished 5-0. And Richard, or whoever the guest is that week, all they have to do after I've given them all that much needed information is tell me the minute the goal went in. It seems quite easy to some people, and then a lot of people it seems quite hard to. And I just love watching people either do really well or struggle at it. So how do you think you're going to get on?
I'm not going to lie. I am very good at most things to do with goals other than the time. So, like, all the information you give me, I could give you anyway. And, you know, it's like I said, I don't know if I said it I did it right at the beginning of the show. I could name you the starting 11 of the Man United team that won the Champions League. I think, probably. But that's by the by, and I can tell you when they scored. But I picked Beckham because, again, the documentary just came out. It's fantastic, and I did realize quite quickly that I own the PSG shirt. I jumped on the bandwagon. I got the Inter Miami shirt with 32 and Beckham on the back when he brought it out, and it's the one that got 3 pink stripes coming over the shoulder. So I got that one. I went and got one of those, the name of the company, Score Draw, re-released some England shirts without Umbro logo on it. I went and got one of those and got Beckham printed on the back. So there's obviously a love for him.
With all the stuff that's happened with the rest in peace, the first laptop, unfortunately, the league table, it's been actually, it's actually a blessing in disguise because it's been coming. There's a cup. The old league table is wiped. I can stop being accused of giving Ellis Platten away days a bye to the top of the league table because that's no more. We are starting a new league table from today. So, Richard, you're going to be top of the league regardless of what happens today. So, all I'm going to say is pressure's off.
You know what? With a Friday night game at the start of the season, we will be top regardless. No one else has played.
Just don't, but it's not. We are now into the season, not pre-season, so don't go too heavy-handed, but don't also ease your way into it. Try and give yourself a respectable score.
Yeah, of course.
I'll give you your first goal.
Okay.
6th of October 2001. England 2, Greece 2. And this is obviously David Beckham's goal to make it 2-2.
Beckham could raise the roof here with a goal. I don't believe it. David Beckham.
Was that all right on your screen, or do you want me to play it again?
You don't need to show that goal anymore. I mean, it was a bit stuttery, but I don't need it. What a game. What a player for that game. What a moment.
But what minute was that goal in?
That was in the 90 plus 3, I believe.
We get off to season 2 of Goals in Time with a direct hit Things you love to see. Things you love to see. I was looking back through goals in time because I don't know if I've actually done that goal before. I can't remember if I've done it before.
I mean, it's one of the like it's such an iconic goal for
Yeah.
everyone in England. Like and again, we talk about the David Beckham documentary. It covers that so well, and I remember watching it live. I've never seen a game where a player grabs the whole team by the scruff of the neck, chucks them on his back. And I remember the thing about that one as well, as he's setting up. I remember Teddy Sheringham going up to him, and obviously you find out later that Teddy Sheringham says like, "Oh, let me have this one because you've missed a few," and Beckham kind of like just kind of completely ignores him.
Yeah. Probably for the best, to be fair.
Yeah, like the thing is as well, when you the angle you showed, the second angle, it's a goal as soon as it's left his foot.
Yeah.
There's no getting up and down. There's no rush that the goalkeeper's planted, and as soon as it leaves his foot, it's in. And
we talked about at the start of the podcast, obviously the troubles that United are going through at the minute, especially with a lot of the players. Just disgraces really. The way he reacted in that game after all the abuse he received after the sending off in Argentina, for him to do what he, even in the treble season, the way he dusted himself off and pulled himself through that, and then to do that for this fan base that's been, well, not the majority of the fan base has been violent stuff towards you and your family, to still have the mental strength and all that to do that. It's just, you wish, like, players like that are a dying breed nowadays, unfortunately. So to watch these goals back is even more nostalgic because they are a dying breed. Are you ready for your second goal after flying start? This one, second goal, 9th of October 2004. England 2, Wales 0. And this is David Beckham, again at Old Trafford, making the scoreline 2-0.
Picked up by Nicky Butt again. And Beckham again. Oh, brilliant goal! Beckham's done it again at Old Trafford!
Yeah, that was a very popular English show because it was like reversible, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was a St. George's flag badge rather than the England badge.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Right.
What minute?
So here we go. Right, these are things this is what I said about I remember loads of stuff, just not the times, obviously, apart from that other one. I remember when that goal went in, it was the first time that they had 360-degree cameras. So when they played it back in the studio afterwards, they could stop it and then change the angle.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, it was very stop-starty. It wasn't very Matrixy, but it was like that we could change the angle of it going in. Oh. I want to say, see, this is where I'm going to struggle now. I think, England won 2-0. I think it's going to be more of a 60th minute kind of thing. So I think I'm going to go 65 is a good generic number. Let's go 65.
76th minute. So not too far out.
65 and 75 are such good numbers to pick.
Yeah, they are banging like the good round numbers, aren't they? But that's not a bad guess at all. They're only 11 out. I don't even really remember that game, or like when I got the goal, I was like, I don't really remember this, especially when I used to watch England quite a bit back then.
They end up being like that period of English football was so dominant in qualifiers that it didn't matter whether England played Wales or Scotland. It was just on to the next one. Whereas nowadays, the quality of the opposition has increased, that England, Wales, England, Scotland, England, Ireland are bigger games than they were.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you saw that recently with the Scotland game and definitely the game at the Euros where it was 0-0. Are you ready for your third goal?
I am, yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to throw this one in off the David Beckham Man United. Sorry, so this one's for me as well. On the 14th of April, 1999, Arsenal 1.
Come on.
United 2.
This is one of his best.
I'm glad you agree. This is David Beckham making the scoreline 1-0 in that FA Cup game.
It's the way he wraps his foot around it. Like there's a obviously with a Beckham free kick, the classic Beckham free kick is, and classic Beckham technique is wall, goal, and goalkeeper on the other side, right? And Beckham bends it around the wall and into the, I guess you'd call it the near post where the goalkeeper isn't situated, and the goalkeeper dives in, in peril without being able to get it. But some of the better Beckham free kicks, in my mind, the better Beckham goals are like that, where he's exactly the same technique, doesn't change anything, yet manages to wrap his foot around it and curl it away from the goalkeeper. Like as a goalkeeper myself, I know, if I'm David Seaman, I'm the best goalkeeper probably in the world. Known for the Paul Pescasolido save, but you see the ball coming to Beckham, you're thinking, okay, I know what this guy does. He's going to put it, to my left and up high, because that's what he does. Yet Beckham wraps his foot around it and bends it away from David Seaman despairingly. Now that goal, obviously it was the replay, made famous for Ryan Giggs' winning goal when he takes on the whole team and makes a fool out of David Seaman and reveals his incredibly hairy chest. That goal was in extra time, and I know you don't do extra time goals. Peter Schmeichel saved a penalty in the 90th minute, I think, from Dennis Bergkamp. Again, Bergkamp penalties are almost, a given. And let's just have a little nod to Dennis Bergkamp goals. If you ever get a guest on, do Dennis Bergkamp goals, because those are superb.
There's so many unbelievable ones, isn't there?
Yeah. Because the thing with Bergkamp, his ability to score a goal when the ball's trapped underneath his feet with no backlift. Oh, anyway, sorry. I love beautiful goals. They're so beautiful. That's a thing, and this one's one of them. Beckham scored that goal, I think, the end, that the video, that's the end that Schmeichel saves the penalty in. And I know that's in normal time, so that's in the 90th minute, so it's in the first half. And you say they went 1-0 up, is that right? Did you say that?
Yes, 1-0 up, yeah.
Okay. So I think that would have been quite early, because the shirts look quite white and clean. So I'm going to guess at, I don't know this one per se, 15, 16, 17, 16, 17, 17.
Final answer?
Yes. No. Yes. Yes.
Another direct hit. Brilliant.
Oh, fuck.
I need to stop asking people if it's their final answer, because it does. I've had it before where someone's gone, I've got final answer, and they've changed it, and it's actually ended up further away. So
maybe I should try and get tells from you. You're like, what's his face doing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Is that your final answer?
Yeah. For your fourth goal, we mentioned in the for the Greece game and the Greece goal about redemption arcs. Well, this goal is to complete an utter redemption arc for David Beckham.
Oh, yeah.
Because on the 7th of June 2002, Argentina 0, England 1. And this is David Beckham getting his revenge on Argentina.
It's David Beckham with the penalty for England. Hold the cups and the glasses back home. You can smash them now. Beckham has scored for England.
No one's stopping that. I mean, to be fair,
you can see how much anger and hatred he has in that shot, can't you?
Yeah, and he rips his shirt celebrating. And to be fair, like I just said, like, you're not saving that, but it's not the best penalty in the world, because it's not too far away from the goalkeeper's feet. But I don't think a goalkeeper's saving that, because it's hit so quickly and ferociously. It's just, and that ball, man, that Fever Nova ball. Right, so we've got another one. Again, that was played in the Sapporo Dome, I believe, indoors, which was unique for a World Cup game. I think maybe one of the first World Cup games played indoors. I remember watching that. It was one of the early games, like 6 a.m. or something. And I always remember that John Motson was talking about we're here and people will be drinking their beers, but most people at home will be having bacon sandwiches because of how early in the morning it was.
Yeah.
Now, again, this is what I love. It's a thing about football that I kind of remember. It was Mauricio Pochettino that gave away the penalty, tripping up Michael Owen.
Yeah, but when I was only 6 when this World Cup was on, so I don't really have any memory of it. So when I got the clip before and it said Pochettino fouls on, I was like, Mauricio Pochettino.
Yeah. And if you like the clip itself, if you kind of have it back a few moments, Beckham doesn't really get fouled, but dives.
Oh, he dives,
Not dives, but kind of goes down early, and it's in proper like Beckham Grease territory. But the ref plays on, and then Michael Owen leaves a hanging leg to get tripped up by Pochettino. That one was just before half time, so I'm going to say it was 40. Do you know what? 45.
44th, but that is only a minute out.
Ooh.
You know, you're one of these people who come on here and go, "Oh, I'm going to struggle at this," and then absolutely smash it. It's been a while, to be fair, but we've had people like you on here before who go, "Oh, I'm not going too good at this," and then they've absolutely smashed the ball.
I mean,
out the park.
It'd be worse if I said I'd be absolutely amazing at it and then be dreadful. So.
Yeah, that is true. Your fifth and final goal, I don't care if I've had this on before. I can't have someone request David Beckham for goals in time and not have this goal. It'd be like this football shirt podcast without talking about football shirts. It just made no sense. Because on the 17th of August, 1996, Wimbledon 0.
Oh, here we go.
Manchester United 3. And obviously, this is David Beckham's goal that made David Beckham's rise to stardom, making it 3-0.
What an astonishing goal by David Beckham from the halfway line. Sullivan couldn't get back.
What I love about that, there's a few things I love about that, is that the way that Motson commentates on it before, it's like it's never been done before. And actually probably hasn't really been done before. The fact that someone's trying to kick a ball from the halfway line into the goal. I know Pele tried it.
Yeah.
But it's like the fact that, and this is obviously one of the things that we love about Motson, is his commentary is so like enthusiastic. It's just part that his commentary is as iconic as the goal itself, as is Aguero. It comes part and parcel with it. I think I know roughly when this goal goes in because I got a prerequisite this because we're recording a few days after Harry Kane has just scored from inside his own half for Bayern Munich. Now, the funny thing about that is you look at the time of that goal goes in, Harry Kane, I think he scores in the 72nd minute from the halfway line. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. No one scores a goal from the halfway line in the 72nd minute. You only ever score in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game when the goalkeeper's pushing up higher, right? As an idea, like the furthest. So this is. There is a point to this story, I promise. David Beckham, a few years ago, Adidas released the time capsule David Beckham boot, which was the all-white boot, which was the Adidas Predator Accelerator stripes, but with the kind of sock boot. And on the inside stitching, they had numbers, and the numbers correlated to times in which he scored a goal. So he scored against the Portland Timbers for the LA Galaxy from probably just outside his own 18-yard box, and that was scored in the 90+1. And the other goal was his goal against Levante, his first goal for Madrid, and that was scored in like 70 minutes. But this one, this is why I think this one was late on in the game to make it 3-0. And so I think this one was the 90th minute.
It was the 87th minute, but the way you fought your way into that is absolutely brilliant. when you were on saying about the point, I was trying not to give anything away. When he said towards the end of the game, and he kind of said there's a point, I was trying not to give anything away. I was listening. I was just like, just don't break. Poker face. Richard, that gives you a score of 15. Which is absolutely brilliant. And that would have put you third in the
I'll take that.
old table, which is
Champions League.
So 15, that's like an average of 3 minutes a goal, which is just ridiculous.
That's not too bad, is it?
No. And what a way to start the second season of Goals in Time, really. Good luck to anyone trying to beat that. Because I think Ellis was episode 20 and we're episode 35 now, and he's still basically got the highest score, but obviously not on the new league table. That's us done, Richard. Thank you very much for coming on.
Awesome. You're welcome. I had fun.
Like I say, we did an episode of your podcast, and I really had fun on there. I loved the quiz idea, the whole topic of conversation we talked about. Really enjoyable, mate. So I am now going to give you the floor. I know you gave me the chance to give the outro on your podcast, but I will give you the floor to plug yourself and your podcast to any listeners who may not know about it.
Right, so I'm Richard, and I do a podcast with my buddy Mark. We're called The Wonderful World of Football Shirts. It's a podcast that just talks about football shirts and where they fit in the world. You know, we do talk a bit of how football shirts reminisce, with your time in your life. We talk about name sets on the back. We talk about footballers that wear football shirts out and about. I mean, me and Jake just tried to get to the bottom of the Kanye West football shirt debacle that's happening at the moment. That's the kind of thing we do. We talk about even like Premier League players that have contracts with Burberry and the kind of stuff they wear out and about. As we've said already on your show here, we talk about streetwear. Hector Bellerin, he always features on the podcast because he's always seen in a retro shirt somewhere or other. He does it. He wears it so well. So yeah, we welcome everyone onto the show to contribute. We often have, we have some games. We like to do a Snog, Marry, Avoid football shirt edition, where we have 3 football shirts that are similar, and you have to snog one, marry one, avoid one. So yeah, let's say. Right now, for example, Manchester United's 3 current releases, 3 shirts you've got right now, home, away, and third, you have to snog one, marry one, and avoid one forever. And I know you love these 3 shirts.
Yeah, as we discussed on your podcast, I think we know which one I'm marrying. I'm marrying the away shirt. I'm gonna snog the third shirt and avoid the home shirt.
Okay.
See,
there's no wrong answers. But as we call it, our safe space in which you are allowed to share opinions that you have, no matter how varied or wild they might be. Like, I don't like the bruised banana shirt. Don't like it. Yeah, I know. And I don't think it's even like the bruised banana template. They don't even have the best one. There's some teams in. We did a whole episode based on the bruised banana shirt, and we found out that Romania's under 21s in the 1990, whatever it was, what year that was, they came out, they had bruised banana shorts as well.
Oh,
yeah, go back and have a look.
You're gonna have to send me a picture of those shorts.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, they blew my mind. Why did Arsenal never have this? But yeah, that's the kind of thing we talk about and we find out. And so, yeah, that's what we do. And we're at Shirts Pod, or if you go on any kind of reputable and some unreputable podcast platforms, you can find us at the Wonderful World of Football Shirts.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much for coming on and let me come onto your podcast.
You're welcome, Jake. Take care. And yeah, I hope everything goes well with your laptop and the fortunes of Manchester United.
That's it now. That's the curse back on. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Yep.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Goals in Time. If you could please subscribe and hit the notification bell, it would do me a massive favour. Also, don't forget to follow the podcast on all socials at Shirts in Time Pod.